this going. Hopefully I calm down. I don't know. I've been drinking Coke all day, and that makes me. I got to make it louder. What? All right. So we're live. So welcome everybody to the St. Paul Curling Club. I'm here with Julie Smith, one of the organizers of the St. Paul Cash Spiel, and that's what we're covering. Draw number 10. We're doing the, I guess they call it LSD.
Right.
Which is not after the drug. It's
the draw shot challenge, and this will.
Well, that would be DSC.
I
What's
know.
LSD?
Oh, it is LSD. It's not our favorite drug from the 70s.
I don't have a favorite drug from the 70s, but
so basically, what they're trying to do is first try to figure out who's closest to the pin to decide who will get hammer. But this will also help if there are tiebreakers.
Yeah, and Pete's going to come up and explain that because we have some tiebreakers that we need to figure out. So anyway, so on sheet 5 here, we're going to be doing Farrell versus Rhymes. So two women's teams, so it should be excellent. Rhymes team gave me a little bit of grief earlier because I guess the last time that we covered them, which was, it must have been yesterday. Yeah, early yesterday. We talked about men's sports.
Oh.
So I guess we talked about baseball, but they were just giving me some good-natured ribbing. But I think I handled it okay after I retreated, and then I had to go back. But they definitely have a lot of spirit.
Well, what about those lynx?
They're an endangered species. No, that's the thing is I did talk a lot about the lynx, but apparently I didn't really talk about it during the actual match.
It was a great game to watch. The final. So.
It was great, and then Cheryl Reeves afterwards. I loved her. She's got a lot of. She's very clever.
Yeah.
Did you watch the end? Where they said, so the Spark. It's not the Sparks. It's the Spark.
Oh.
LA Spark, I think. They're kind of way behind, but then they did this kind of trap defense. And they gained like 8 points in like 2 seconds.
Oh.
I think it was like 50 seconds, but
my head was in the pillow on that one.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually think I could be totally wrong, but Candace Parks came off the bench and she says to the officials, "We're not going to follow them." But then they were like, just doing this like intense defense. We'll get to the game here in a moment. Intense defense, and they cut, whatever. So they did a lot of turnovers, and they got caught up. And so afterwards, Cheryl Reeves said, they asked, "Oh, were you stressed out there?" And she said, "Oh no, that was all in the master plan. We wanted to let them creep in a little bit, and then put the dagger in at the end to crush them." I was like, I like that.
As long as they had their lead, that's what mattered, right? Whether it was 3 points or 8 points. So.
Yep. I also told it was their lead actually that was I think it was Amy that was giving me a hard time, and I said, well, I did make a conscious effort because I do realize that I have a daughter and I get irritated when things happen that are male-centric, like for instance at Christmas, I've got 2 nephews on my dad's side, and they got at Christmas, they got like one of these Amazon Echoes or the Google one, or something like that, something really cool that you can say, "Hey Alexa, play Wicked," and they both got that. And my daughter, and they're all kind of the same age, my daughter got a T-shirt with a cat on it. So I was a little irritated. I should have brought that up. That would have been a good defense. But I did mention that this year I realized that most of the partners that I had lined up were all men. So Maureen helped me line up a number of people that she thought would be really good. And so last draw we had Teresa Hoffus on, and she was fantastic. And she had great things to say about you as well. And so I'm poised for a very good broadcast.
Yeah, no, Teresa and I curled for 5-6 years together, and just couldn't ask for a better teammate. Very supportive, very positive, somebody that just would lift up your spirits at any time. So she was a really excellent teammate.
So we're going to have Pete Stolt on relatively soon once he kind of gets everybody all situated downstairs. There are going to be tiebreakers tonight, so we are going to have a 10:30 Central Time broadcast. So Andrew Stapera's rink is going to play Brown's rink for sure. The other tiebreakers I totally had messed up. So there was a three-way tie between Burr, Fenson, and they were on sheet 2 before. The name is blurring me out of my mind. Rittenor, and based on all the stuff, Burr is going to play in the playdowns or whatever they call it tomorrow.
Yeah, and we can ask Pete when he comes up, but I do believe it was decided based on draw shot challenge.
Yep.
And the numbers.
Well, it was first. I guess it was first by head-to-head.
Okay.
So when they had 3 teams, and the head-to-head, they do the head-to-head or whatever, and so they want to get to one team, So yeah, he'll explain it.
Okay.
Maureen was she did a very good job. She went through all the different just to tell everybody at home that if I sound like I'm like manic or something, I think I said earlier that caffeine doesn't really affect me in a way where it keeps me up, but I get kind of anxious. And
yeah.
I've been drinking coffee and Coke all day, and just this last draw, I had an hour to prepare, and I was just totally just panicky. So I'm going to have to settle down a little bit. I'm going to start on the whiskeys that were delivered at 8 a.m.
So you're two-fisting it.
Yeah. Well, one of those is supposed to be for Dennis Abraham, but he didn't want to drink it at 8:30, so I said, well, I'll take it a little bit later.
At 8:30?
Yeah, p.m.